All right, guys, you know the deal. Shh, don't tell the wife. We got another new RC car. Check it out. It's the Big Rock. Probably one of Arrma's more favorite RCs. I know it's one of mine. I really love the 6S platform. I've been a big fan of that one. So now it's time to see if this 223S BLX system can do the name justice here. They say real 50 miles an hour. I don't think I've seen a video yet somebody's actually gotten a real 50 miles an hour, so we shall see. It's a little warmer here, kind of back into a cold snap, but it's still a little bit warmer here than most people, so maybe we will see something. So we got the SLT3 transmitter, Spectrum 3662 metal geared waterproof digital servo, 236 ounce inches at 7.4 volts. And one of the most controversial things with this, and one of the reasons I haven't jumped on the 223 BLX train yet, is because of this ESC, the SCT 2-in-1 waterproof ESC receiver with DSC dynamic stability control, which is one thing. Okay, it's cool because we know the receivers that have the gyro from Arrma are ungodly expensive, so it's cool to have that, so I'll give it that. Or they could just lower the price of their receivers. A 2-in-1 ESC, I'm not a fan of that, and what really sucks is that if you have a better remote like the DX5, or like even I had the IXSR, their flagship remote will not talk to this as of now. I've been told software will come out, but it's kind of, to me, just ridiculous that the software is not available the moment of launch. Everything should be ready to go. I shouldn't be stuck with this stupid transmitter until they get around to making it work. Now let's take a look here. Folding mirrors, impact absorbing bumpers, detailed composite body. Now this is something I'm curious about. I ordered blue. Now on the website, one picture looked blue, one looked about like the color of my sweater. So I don't know what this thing actually is going to be. So now this is a drive shaft stone guard. I wonder if this isn't something to try to keep some of the dirt from eating that bearing. I've talked to people at Horizon a few times about this, so maybe, I don't know. Stealth black, okay, I don't know what that means, but, and here we go, 3 color combinations, black, green, blue. This again looks like a dark blue. Let's see, beginner, here we go. 15 mile an hour on 2S with the throttle at 50, 20 miles an hour on 2S with the throttle at 75, 30 miles an hour at 100% on 2S. Now 3S, 25 is going to get you 50 miles an hour? What? Oh, 25 miles an hour at 50%. This is on 3S, 35 at 75, 50 miles an hour at 100% on 3S. Now this is something that we've seen before on some of these, some of the unsponsored reviews. I've noticed, like our friend Tyson at Garage Life RC and Beyond RC across the pond there, they've had brownout issues with this setup. So we are going to see. I'm going to test this with 2 batteries, a Spectrum and a regular like Z or whatever I have, that's 3S. That will fit here. So we do have the fender guards, all-terrain suspension, metal geared center differential. Yeah, metal geared. I got plenty of those bearings for that damn thing. Drive shaft stone guard, 35mm cooling fan, Spectrum 2-in-1. Brush this 80 amp. Blah, blah, blah. There we go. So, let's take a look and see what we got here. On SLT3 transmitter, so we know, probably already seen, this is different, that this isn't a latching power on off button, but this is the how you control the different gyro settings. So we have We got a steering reverse, throttle reverse, and here's your throttle limits. Our steering dual rate, our throttle trim, for some reason we have a throttle trim and a steering trim, and a switch here that won't be used on this. I mean, it's a decent transmitter. I mean, it gets the job done, but I'd much rather use my really nice IXSR. Ooh, you ready? Let's check it out. There she is, and it's definitely a dark blue. It is not that teal that we saw online. But first, let's check out what came in the box. Loose Allen wrench. Really nice driver set. Extra wheel hexes, cheap, stupid plastic spacers for your shocks, and a multi-tool. Little Big Rock card. 4 AA batteries. Technical pack, which just kind of gives you a breakdown on how to set the mesh, take the motor apart, and a complete diagram of all the parts. And one owner's manual, which kind of just goes over a few basic things. Now, you know what's weird? When I cut the box open, there was 2 round seals. 2. Makes me wonder if they didn't maybe do a software update before they ship these out, kind of like what happened with the last Big Rock. Remember the 6S had that glitch with the ESC? And then by the time the Creighton came out and whatever Big Rocks they had, by the time they came out with the software fix, it's going to... Oh, that reminds me. Let's pull out the Spectrum. I'm going to see if this ESC won't talk to us, because I haven't seen anybody try yet. Oh, what do we got here? Standard affair, your basic, well-used chassis. They use this in so many things. We do got some big, beefy control arms. They feel pretty good. All nice hex hardware. And again, we can see the gear, the spur gear, the center diff sticking out, which means dirt's going to get sucked into that. Sorry, I'm just not a fan of that at all. So we do have adjustable toe in, toe out, and camber here in the front. No anti-sway bars that I can see. Whoa, that body is thin. That's, wow, that's not impressed with that at all. I do like we have a rear roof skid here. We have the top skids up here. The mirrors here fold, which is nice. We take a tumble. Now, what's new for this? Now we have this clipless body system. We do have pretty decent, looks like, protection here. So, okay, so this is tied together via the roof rails. And then this is here, but this is not tied to that at all. That probably would be better if this was fully connected. But, I mean, I guess the body doesn't feel too bad, but it's just here in the back, it's just really, really thin. I see this as a breaking point, possibly. But, good looking body. Unlike the 6S one, there's no provisions for lights. It's kind of unfortunate, but that's decent weight to it. I mean, it's got some decent, but it's not, you know. Alright, so we have a, what the hell is this? Ragnarok. There's a, it's like a German. There's 2 little dots over the O. Ragnarok. I don't know how the hell you say that. Oh, cool. These are vented on the outside. Oh, RTR Arm's finally listening to what people want. Yeah, it's got foam. Pretty firm. Feels decent. It doesn't feel like, you know, super grippy, but it feels like it's going to have a decent amount of grip. That's good. So yeah, we have these like aluminum looking hexes right here. Lots of play in the suspension, which is good. It's what you want, but it's kind of unfortunate that instead of having a control arm, we had these adjustable links. I'm really not a fan of these links because this is always a weak point because you have metal threaded into a hollow plastic. So that could be a potential failure point, but I do see some metal in the hinge pin braces down here, so that's good. These shocks, I freaking hate them. I absolutely just hate them. I hate anything with these plastic clips. Can we just thread the damn things? I mean, I had this like Relarla, it wasn't even $100, has a threaded metal shock. This thing, maybe $100, $110, has metal threaded shocks. Hello, Arrma. So, nothing new here. Plastic telescoping drive shafts, which usually tend to be fine. One plastic telescoping drive shaft that's not fine is this one in the center. I've always had issues with this thing flopping around, banging into everything. So every Arrma that I have that has this has been replaced. Also, oh golly, this drives me crazy. I don't like these clamps. I don't like the fact that this wire is captured in here. You'd think it would be a good thing, but it can really limit you sometimes on how. It's just gets in. I want it out of my way. Just aggravating. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of these hard plastic things pushing into the battery. Here, let's zoom in. You guys can maybe see that. These things, these plastic mounts, I don't like the way they push in the battery. It's just creating stress in two spots instead of being flat and distributing that weight evenly. I know the concept, you know, you put the battery, you know, the wires underneath here to keep all that, but I don't like it at all. Sorry, that's my opinion. I really don't like that. Now, it is nice. We do, in this ridiculous 2-in-1 ESC, do have a fan. We also have a fan on the motor. I do like that. I like that a lot, that they give you a heat sink and a fan. That's really nice. I do like, we do have a center diff. We shall see if this is the same, and I suspect it is, the same thing as my 4S Creighton, where sand gets in here and eats up the bearings. So before I do my final review, I'm going to come back here to the shop, take this thing out, and we'll inspect it. Now, they did increase the size of the dirt guards here in the rear of the chassis too, so that's nice. That is a nice little feature there. So, well, guys, there we have it. That's the first look and impression of the Big Rock. Like I said, I'm really not a fan of this 2-in-1 ESC. I'm hoping that maybe the issues are fixed with that center diff. RC said he checked his and there was no sand, but we shall see. We shall see if maybe being on the payroll changes your opinion or something, because he doesn't live too far from me. We have the same kind of soil, so I would imagine if it's doing it, he should have the problem. So maybe this dirt shield works. I'm hoping. Oh, let's plug in the pro. That's why I took the program out, so I wouldn't forget. Yeah, I guess that's why. Yeah, that's exactly why. In the instructions, they tell you to use a hard case battery because of these straps. Yeah, I was wondering why they said that. I said, use a hard case battery. That's because these straps will puncture a soft battery. Yeah. I just don't like it, man. I also hate these stupid warning stickers they put on everything. Okay, so we do have a fan output there. Well, I gotta say, I have not seen anybody try this yet, so you've got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. You guys can see. Connecting, it won't connect. It won't talk. You know, to me, that was one of the biggest complaints people have with Traxxas is that you can't program any of the ESC. You can't change any settings. Well, here we go again. Here we go again. Unfreaking-real. It's freaking idiotic. And notice how our paid channels failed to mention any of that. Let's see if it'll talk to a hobby wing. Where's this button? Where's the button? It won't talk to a hobby wing either. We're gonna even try Castle. Won't talk to the Castle either. This is just like last year with the 6S Big Rock. Or I should say the year before, because it came out December. So technically was December 23. Well, guys, like I said, we're going to go out there. We're going to run it on the Spectrum battery, see if we have any issues. I'm going to put the Z battery, see if we have any issues with that, see if maybe it's a battery issue. Or maybe we won't have any issues with this thing browning out. I don't know. But if it does, I'll be honest and show that to you. We're going to go ahead, go out there. You know the deal. We're going to set up the ramp. We're going to take it for some jumps. We're going to go out there and run it in a normal spot. And set up the ramp. Take it for some jumps. We're going to do some speed runs. Wow, that is really soft. Probably going to adjust that before I go out. Because that is just... Woo! That's gonna hit. So yeah, it actually feels just really, really way too soft. The back feels fine. This front. Yeah, we're gonna go out there and run it, do the speed run with 2 batteries. We're gonna test to see if we don't have any brownout issues. We're gonna set up the ramp, do some jumps, and then we're gonna go run on some different terrains, and we'll give you an honest review of the brand new 223S Big Rock.